Today on Hitch20.
He is building the audience into a frenzy.
My dog was sitting next to me and she freaked out and she ran out of the room.
Please don't let this bomb go off.
The difference between tension and suspense.
And that is the magic of Hitchcock.
We look at 8 techniques Hitchcock used to create tension in his episode 4 O'Clock. These are the forgotten gems of Alfred Hitchcock. Join us as we explore the 20 television episodes Hitchcock personally directed. The Hitch20.
Financial support for Hitch20 is provided by Glidecam, world-class camera stabilizers. We also enjoy the inspiration of subscribers like you. Thank you.
What is tension? Filmmakers who strive to be more like Hitchcock often think suspense is everything they need to know. The fact is, suspense is nothing without tension. Tension is different from suspense in that it's an immediate gripping feeling as you're watching a film. It's the series of details that add up to an overall impending event. In a way, tension is what keeps this man's feet planted firmly on the slack wire. Suspense is the impending chance that he might fall off. "4 O'Clock" is a quintessential film in the exploration of Hitchcock's screen tension. It was the pilot episode of a new spin-off series Hitchcock created in 1957 called Suspicion. It's the only episode in the series he directed.
This was a fantastic pilot episode. Personally, I think it was good enough to be a feature film.
All the tension is built around a clock slowly ticking to 4 o'clock.
The whole entire film is basically one giant anticipation.
Hitchcock lets you in on the secret right away, that this man is planting a bomb in his house to kill his cheating wife. Suspense is then developed around whether the bomb is going to go off, but tension is what makes that kinetic question enjoyable for 45 minutes. Tension is in the camera choices, the pace of the editing, the sounds, comic energy. These are all the colors of paint in Hitchcock's palette of worry. Just like an artist, Hitchcock went back to these basic elements of cinematic anxiety again and again. With them, he was able to paint the screen tension that we still feel today. The most obvious way to create screen tension is through quick editing and close-ups.
Hitchcock uses a lot of tight shots on this. We see the guy trying to cut his hand loose.
The fragmented framing and inserts of the clock hands creeping toward the 12. It's a very modern style of intensity. But throughout this episode, Hitchcock creates tension another way. Detail. As the clockmaker goes through the delicate procedure of building his bomb, Hitchcock's camera follows it all in apparent real time.
And they go through every step tight on his hands as he hooks the wires up to the clock and he plugs it in.
We see him mixing the explosive solution.
We've established that his character is extremely detail-oriented. I mean, the guy's a watchmaker. He's got to be.
All that is information for the audience. So then when we do see the big bomb being produced, we understand the consequence.
This detail not only gives us gripping intrigue in the moment, it makes the bomb real for us. The more time we spend with it, the more we believe it actually will work.
And the first explosion goes off. My dog was sitting next to me and she freaked out and she ran out of the room.
But it's not just the camera that builds tension in a Hitchcock film. Specifically, articulate sounds become a dominant trigger of anxiety.
There's that incessant ticking of the clock. Tick, tick, tick.
And then as we get closer to 4 o'clock, when we know he may not be rescued, it gets louder. Tick, 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 tick.
Each tick being one step closer to disaster. It's there as a constant reminder of the stakes that are involved with the story.
As Paul is tied up in the basement, hoping to get someone's attention, sound becomes the dominant storyteller. Not only does he hope to make enough sound to get Fran's attention, he listens to her footsteps on the floor above, in anticipation that she'll walk closer.
So that's where sound becomes so important. It allows the viewer's imagination to fill in, to paint in the detail.
Did you hear something?
No, what?
But no, he doesn't use any music in this episode.
Hitchcock was adamant about the fact that music gets in the way and even dissipates tension. The reason is because music pulls our minds away from the reality of the scene and more toward a fantasy.
I hardly think that either species would have sufficient intelligence to launch a mass attack. Their brain pads are not big enough.
He wants us to experience the scene as if we are tied up in the basement as well. We hear exactly what Paul hears, listening closely for any chance of rescue. As we've noted with a few of the Hitch20, Hitchcock makes economical use of the stream of consciousness narration.
The inner dialogue in Paul's head I thought was fantastic. The little voice that kept coming up, bringing up his insecurities and his fears.
That's it. You'd think you'd drive a better car than that. Well, now I know. $4 Fran's always at the market from 1:30 to 2:30. I'll come then. Give me an hour.
We hear Paul's thoughts in real time. And with that, we understand his conspiracy about his wife's cheating. Misunderstood facts that turn out to be false is another way that Hitchcock builds intensity in the audience.
Through his point of view, the wife looks very suspicious in the beginning of the episode. And then once we find out that this guy that she's seeing is her brother, now all of a sudden, everything that happens, we have a new point of view, a new perspective. And we know that his wife is totally innocent, which only adds to the tension of, please don't let this bomb go off, because now it's all innocent people are going to be killed.
But even with all this tension created through sounds, camera angles, and realistic detail, it was important for Hitchcock to have fun with the audience. Comic interruptions make the tension enjoyable because we know that it's Hitchcock teasing us.
He misses a few chances, so we have these little moments of tension. When the gas guy comes in, you're thinking, he's going to find him, and then the guy goes away.
A chance for Paul to be saved, but the door is locked, so he can't get in.
The wife coming back for the umbrella, you think she's going to come downstairs. She puts her hand on the door.
Oh, good.
But then she changes her mind at the last second.
And of course, with the little kid looking in the window.
It was incredibly hard to watch the last scene with the little kid at the window looking at the bug. It's really Paul's last hope.
One little punk kid, I swear.
We see the kid, and the kid's trying to tell his mom that there's a guy tied up down in the basement, and the mom just kind of disregards him.
This could be another chance of rescue. But the mother scolds the child, never realizing.
And that is the magic of Hitchcock. He is building the audience into a frenzy. He brings us so close to satisfaction, but never lets us have it.
When we come back, the final touches from the palette of worry.
Those Hitchcockian long takes just got easier with the versatile, lightweight Glidecam Stabilizer. Glidecam gives you the smoothest, flowing cinematography with easy operation. Glidecam, the name and future of camera stabilizers.
Out of all the elements from the palette of worry, two are the most unique to Hitchcock. Firstly, objects of paranoia. These are used to trigger anxiety in the protagonist. Paul sees the ashtrays have been used, the missing bottles of beer in the fridge, both adding to his paranoia. The final shade is made up of malfunctioning technology and incompetent behavior. Things don't work as they should, and people make dumb mistakes. In 4 o'clock, the bomb itself doesn't work. The wife doesn't hear his muffled screams. Even with a clever manipulation of elements from the palette of worry, you'll find that mixing tension and suspense is a delicate balance.
Join us at Borgus.com for more of Hitchcock's techniques and subscribe to our free YouTube channel.